Bien, vamos a comenzar. ¿Tienen alguna duda? ¿Algo que quieran revisar?
Nope.
Muy bien. Ya saben que yo siempre les pregunto, ¿eh? Si hay alguna duda en algún momento, no podemos revisar. Bien, vamos a empezar con lo que vamos a hacer hoy. ¿Cómo les va con esto que les he pedido de revisar noticias y todo eso? ¿Hay algo
Pues,
interesante?
yo no he leído noticias, pero sigo leyendo el libro en inglés.
¿Qué libro escogiste, Alma?
El de Bell Hooks, de All About Love.
Sí, me recuerdo. Bien, a ver, vamos a empezar con eso entonces. ¿Puedes compartir alguna página que te guste de tu libro?
Yeah. Also, I have, well, I wrote in my notes uh, a paragraph, well, many paragraphs that I like. I read it like that, or I said my opinion.
That would be great. And it's kind of the activity that I would like you to do today. The idea is this: I want you to share one page of the book precisely to extract some quotes. And you are going to select one quote from the book, and we're going to discuss what do you think the author tried to say with this, right?
Okay.
So you can do anything you want in terms of sharing the book or sharing your quotes. But in both cases, I think it would be great if you can give us a little context about the book, about the story. I don't know, whatever you want to share. Okay, and then you can share why did you like those quotes.
Okay, okay. Um, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little paragraph of a page that she's telling that many of us, or the society in general, we don't know the exact idea about love, and that's because our households. So she's saying, okay,
Ah,
press, yeah,
perdón que te interrumpa, Alma. Vamos a
mhm,
hacer esto para que sea más sencillo para todos.
okay,
¿Puedes dar una pequeña introducción de la actividad en español para que todos comprendan y después ya puedes empezar a explicar, ¿va? Ahora sí que tú tienes el control. Como tú
okay,
quieras hacerlo,
okay,
heavy,
vale.
heavy lies the crown upon the head.
Ok, bueno, básicamente es ya sea leer una página del libro que estamos leyendo que nos gustó, o en todo caso y sacar quotes de ahí, o leer simplemente las quotes pero dar como una introducción con respecto a de qué trata el libro, ¿no? Dar un poco de contexto y pues a partir de ahí discutir sobre eso.
Exacto, entonces todos los que ya tengan su libro, ténganlo listo por si les toca hacer la misma actividad, ¿va? Bueno, les va a tocar, pero ahorita vamos a hacerlo con Alma. Entonces, adelante, Alma.
Okay, ready. Well, it says, pressed in therapy to describe my household of origin in terms of whether it was loving or not, I painfully admitted that I did not feel loved in our household, but that I did feel cared for. And outside my household of origin, I felt genuinely loved by individual family members, like my grandfather. This experience of genuine love, a combination of care, commitment, trust, knowledge, responsibility, and respect, nurtured my wounded spirit and enabled me to survive acts of lovelessness. I am grateful to have been raised in a family that was caring, and strongly believe that had my parents been loved well by their parents, they would have given that love to their children. They gave what they had been given: care. Remember, care is a dimension of love, but simply giving care does not mean we are loving. Well, I like that. And
Just a second.
Mhm.
Excellent. I really like that. But it's kind of more, it's longer, way longer than a quote.
Yeah.
So, is there any chance that you can share that page? Or
Yeah.
maybe you can paste it in the chat? I don't know, whatever is easier for you. If you can
Okay.
share it, it would be better, but it's up to you.
Okay. Well, I'm reading it on my cell phone, but uh, let me just look here on my computer so I can.
Mientras Alma lo busca, ¿quién me puede decir qué entendió este texto que leyó Alma? El silencio, ¿qué pasa? Bill just opened in September. I've been waiting for years for it. Yo también, David.
Excuse me, my computer is an antivirus. It's because my computer is virus for
¿Tu computadora tiene un virus, Jesús?
yes for uh tab for uh, tabs for antivirus for gratis pues only because there un antivirus gratis pero no sé what.
Ok. Muy bien. Exacto. ¿Lo puedes leer otra vez, Alma, por favor?
Yeah.
Ya está en el chat para que todos lo puedan ir siguiendo.
Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. It says. Wait. I lost the page. Where it was. Okay. Pressed in therapy to describe my household of origin in terms of whether it was loving or not. I painfully admitted that I did not feel loved in our household, but that I feel cared for. And outside my household of origin, I felt genuinely loved by individual family members, like my grandfather. This experience of genuine love, a combination of care, commitment, trust, knowledge, responsibility, and respect, nurtured my wounded spirit and enabled me to survive acts of lovelessness. I am grateful to have been raised in a family that was caring and strongly believe that had my parents been loved well by their parents, they would have given that love to their children. They gave what they had been given care. Remember, care is a dimension of love, but simply giving care does not mean we are loving.
Strong words, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Now, what you are going to do is that you are going to ask any one of your classmates his or her opinion on this. I
Okay.
suggest Rodrigo because I know he's going to answer. Diana too, and a couple more, but Leonardo too. They are the ones who are always talking, but you are free. You can feel free to ask anyone you want.
Okay, so I have to name someone and okay. um okay. Rafael, what's your opinion about this?
Soy el único Rafael, or is there somebody else?
You.
Well, yeah, you are.
I just joined the class and I heard like half of it, so I'm actually reading it now. Um,
You can choose anyone else, Alma,
Okay.
while Rafael finish reading.
Okay. Kayla.
Ay, es que la verdad yo no entendí mucho porque mi inglés es demasiado, demasiado básico, no, no pasa de A1, la verdad. Sorry.
Pero sí se puede con A1 lo del texto que puso Alma en el chat. Sí puedes.
Ah, ok, déjame, permíteme releer entonces, por favor.
Sí. Sí, Rodrigo, de hecho me di cuenta que faltaba un poquito menos de la mitad del texto, pero precisamente no dije nada para que esa parte fuera más como de comprensión, de listening, pues. Tienes una mano levantada ahí, Alma.
Ah, ok. Ah,
¿Tú las ves?
ya.
Nunca he
Sí,
sabido si los alumnos ven quién levanta la mano. Sí.
sí, 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 sí. Amancio, tell me.
Mm,
All
Yeah,
about love. Se llama. Ya.
yeah. I heard your explanation. Very good. By the way, I understand almost everything as a native. Very good. So, what I think about what you said, yeah, I agree that it's not. It's a combination about nature and what you've been teaching in the house what forms your personality. So you can come from a very loving father and mother, but also your environment is a very important participant of your formation of the man you are going to be. So when you talk on therapy or trying to figure out why you are the way you are, that presents a very important chapter of that of that formation you have, and your all your defects and all your virtues is a combination of how you were nurtured and how you were teach how to your environment teach you how to behave, even though even is you can consider bad or good behaviors, you learn about it by observation, or even though by example for your peer.
Yes. Yes, definitely. And I didn't mention, but the author of the book, she says that love, we have to see love as as a verb, and also see the meaning of love as nurturing the spirit of someone else. So I think that's very powerful. And well, like she said, you can be someone who cares about other people, but that doesn't mean you're loving, right? It's more like a decision, not just only actions, but a decision. I don't know.
Yeah, some time ago I heard somebody says that love is not only feelings, it's actions too. So sometimes I heard a person to give some advice to a couple that was struggling about their marriage, and the wife says that she feels that his husband doesn't love her anymore just by feeling, but doesn't look out even from both sides, because is this is both way, right? That
Yeah.
they don't show love by feeling but by actions. And also, as the good book says, love without action is dead.
Exactly. And just like you said, feelings are not forever. They are just feelings, right? So you can't love someone just by feelings, because that's how do you say ephemeral? Like
Ephemerous.
ephemeris. Uh-huh. So yeah, you can love someone by decisions, by acts, and I think helping them to become a better person and growing. I think that's the key of love. I keep asking others.
Yes, if you want. And just before you do that,
Mhm.
I I find this topic fascinating in terms that I don't know how old your parents are, but in my case, my parents are around 70, right? And their generation is quite complex in terms of love, in demonstrating love in a more openly way. Especially my father, for example, uh, he's unable to show these feelings, but he's so caring, and he has like his own code for caring. Like, yes, I'm going to provide, I'm going to look after you, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to show any feelings. It's quite interesting because I think this is generational, and I've seen this a number of times with people around my age, or older people. They have these walls, to say it like in a more common way. But I don't know, maybe you have a different approach to this.
Yeah, yeah, I think this generation it's afraid about love. That's why many people don't want to commit with others because they are afraid. Because the books it says right, many of us grew on a household with abuse and lovelessness, so we don't know the right idea about love. So we are afraid to be vulnerable and to love someone. And yeah, yeah.
And actually, if I may participate about that, that's the you see Ricardo laughing. I don't know if it's something I said.
No, no. Just when you opened your mic, I think that everyone could hear like a scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No,
my song is playing. My
Yo,
song is playing near to me. So sorry. Sorry.
no, it's
Sometimes.
okay. It's okay.
But
But it was
it,
it was very funny.
you know what? I just forgot what I'm going to say. So never mind.
I'm really sorry. I couldn't keep it to myself. Sorry. Yes, I have one question for you, Alma. When you say this generation, who are you talking about?
My generation.
How old are you? Can you remind me?
21.
21. And well, my generation is afraid of loving too. And my dad's generation is afraid to show love. So I think that we are
Mm.
screwed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, especially because I think that showing love is difficult for a lot of people because you're feeling vulnerable, like you said. And why you feel vulnerable? Because probably you got hurt in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that newer generations are unable to jump onto the horse again in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
situations. I don't know. In my generation, this happens too. Very good. Anyone else wants to participate with this text that Alma shared with us? ¿Alguien más quiere participar? Rafael, adelante.
¿Cómo están todos? Buenas tardes. See, I can relate to that paragraph, like very personal, because I immigrated when I was a kid, 15 years old. I was here with just my brother, and remembering back home, my mom wasn't very loving per se. I remember getting a lot of love from my sisters because I was the last. I was the youngest. I'm the youngest of my family, so I have like five sisters. They're all older. My brothers were all older. I was the youngest, so I got a lot of love from them, but not from my mom per se. And it's just like in your case, Profe. I'm older than you, I think. So our parents. My mom is 74 now, so the way of their way of showing love was a whole lot different than it is now. And even like with their kids, that same person, my mom, she's a completely different person with them. Like she's more affectionate now, but she wasn't when we were growing up, and I can understand probably why. But outside the house, my sisters, my uncles from my mom's side, they were all very loving. Then I came to the States. I grew up with a family here that they took me under their arm, and they were very affectionate. I mean, different cultures. They were white, so they had a different way to show love. They were more into feelings and showing and making you feel good. So I can completely relate to that text.
Yeah, and yeah, I think we both are about the same age. My dad is 74 too. So, yes, it's a very complicated generation.
Yeah,
But like you said, they are way more affectionate to their grandchildren, for example. And this happened to with my grandfather as well from my dad's side. Same thing. He was pretty tough with my dad, but he was very caring and affectionate with us. Well, me, my cousins, my brothers. And it's interesting. I think that is because the responsibility of raising a kid is not longer on their hands. It's like, okay, it's my time to be caring because I don't have to correct you. That's a thing that your dad, your mom should do.
they're not providing anymore. They're just, loving and caring for their family, but it's different. And that's what I meant to say when I said I now understand, because growing up I couldn't really understand how or why she was the way she was. But now that I'm older and I know that she had to go to work and she had to provide, she had to put food on the table for everybody, and it must have been really hard for her. But again, they weren't really affectionate per se. So, it probably just part of our culture in a way, especially when your mom's a single mom. Dad just left and he went do whatever he was doing, and everything, all the responsibility came down just to mom. She was the provider. She was caring for everybody. She had to work. She had to do everything for us. So it was pretty hard for her, I'm assuming.
And this question is for
Patrick,
you, Rafael, and for Alma.
Patrick, it's are you exercise for only and only.
Sorry, Jesus, I
I am walking. I usually run during the class because there's no riding or anything. So I try to like run or walk. And when I'm in the class and you don't see me, it's because I'm running. So I do like 30 minutes walking. Then I'm going to turn off my camera. I'll be running for the rest of the class. So that's kind of how I spend my time with you guys.
Is the next level of multitasking.
Hey, I have two monitors, one on each side of the computer. I have you guys right here, and then I'm talking. I'm looking at emails, responding to other people because I have a full time job and a business that I need to run. So I come home or I come to the office and I do whatever I need to do and
You live
join
in
you
the
guys
USA?
in the U.S. Yeah, Dana Point, California. You probably know like Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, the rich people's area, a little bit up north. We're a little down south, but it's still a really nice city. We're right on the water. The whole back of the house is just water. It's all ocean. So I'm blessed. I can't complain.
yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Life has been really good with me.
Yeah, that's very good. Okay. Yes, Monserrat, you were going to say something?
Mm, Good night to everyone. Well, about the topic, I think the experiences, culture, age, generation, and other facts build the way that we express our feelings and care about the people we love. And when we start to heal our damaged hurt, we can we are able to express or to change the way to express our feelings to the people we love.
That's quite interesting, Monserrat, because like you said, you have to relearn how to show love when after you're hurt. Well, at least is why I think. What I think, sorry. And I'm going to ask you three, you three, Rafael, Alma, Monserrat, you were the ones to participate here. And Rafael, you mentioned that the way to express love that your mom had is different from the love that she can express to her grandkids. Okay, and the question is this: would you think that it would be better for you? It could have been better for you or to anyone else in this situation if the parents had a different approach, more caring, like to their granddaughters and grandsons.
For me, it would have made the difference. It would have made a huge difference in the world. Um, I still love my mom. I care for her. I take care of her. I provide for her now, as she did for me when I was growing up. but it would make a huge difference. Totally. I mean, seeing her how she behaves with my kids now and my nephews and my the rest of my families, it makes me real happy. I mean, it makes me happy that I know that she had it in her. She couldn't express it then, now she can, which is really good, and I really appreciate that from her.
Okay, very good. Claudia?
Okay, it's hello everyone. It's my first try to speak English, so please. uh, well, about the topic, I think we need to consider that there are 5 types of language of love. Maybe your mom express the love to you uh, in to the way you say it, um, provide you, but you maybe you receive love uh, through hugs and kisses, or maybe expression of affirmative expressions. It's the way. There are 5 languages, so I think the human it don't have the difficulty to express love, but maybe the issue is how I express and how receive it, right? So maybe I don't understand mm, how the how my family expressed their love to me, and vice versa. I don't know if I could I si me pude dar a entender.
Of course, it
Completely, and I think she was talking to me. So
Yeah.
there were times where it was my birthday and she wasn't there to like celebrate with me. That's like the one thing that I remember the most. But I know why, because she had to work.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to understand. It wasn't until I became a father that I really understood my mom. So like I said,
And
I love my mom. I have nothing against her.
maybe for you it's important the how do you say calidad de tiempo?
Quality,
quality.
mm,
Time what? I'm sorry.
quality of time, time
Well,
quality.
the
Mm.
quality time, and maybe for your mom, the way she expressed she's love is provide you, and that's why she take the decision to work in that time and not be with you in that moment. But I assure you, your mom take his decisions in every moment, because every mom take the decision about uh, how they express their love, the what is the language she express the love to you. But maybe you need to receive that message in other type of language, right?
Growing up, I would have appreciated. Now that I'm older, I don't see it as important. I know exactly why she did it, and although she wasn't there was always food, there was always shoes. I always had clothes. I always had a roof over my head. I always had money to spend. So I'm not like when I said that would have, probably would have rather have more time with her than the things she could have or she did provide at the time. I didn't mean it in a way that I wasn't grateful for it. I totally appreciate everything she did for me, and maybe today I am who I am because she made me this way. Now, whatever I learned growing up, it reflects now with my kids. They're always complaining that I'm not a loving person. I'm not too affectionate, and they always make fun of me. But it is what it is. I grew up seeing that. now doing it to my kids. I try not to. I do make the time for them. I take 4 weeks off a year during Christmas and summer. We go places. I spend time with them. I used to work 7 days a week. I'm only now working 5 days a week. So I'm changing things so that I'm not doing what my mom did. And I'm trying to do things a little different. I'm trying to be a little more affectionate in a way that they can see that I care for them, I love them, I provide for them, but at the same time, I'm trying to show them with my with different things I do for them. I mean, I try. I'm trying to be a better parent that my parents were. Especially, my dad was never in the picture, so it was
But
always my mom.
that's it's the point. I mean, um, maybe you express your love to your kids the the different way that your mom but did to you, but maybe your kids receive the love with other language. I mean, my advice is always ask to the other person, to you want to express your love, what is the language of love, and then you can express the love how they need it. I mean, I've been in the same place like you. I always feel it that my father never loved me, but then I read the book Five Language of Love. I understand that my father always loved me, and but the only issue or the only problem was they express he love in the other language, right? So that's give me a piece of a piece. How do you say? Me dio mucha paz saber eso. I don't know how to say
Peace,
it.
peace of mind.
No, no. That give me a peace, a peace. So, yeah, me dio paz,
Peace.
peace.
Gave you peace.
I don't know. It was maybe a don't ask advice, but I share you maybe help you to understand a little more your parents, right?
I appreciate the advice, and believe me, I'm in peace with my folks. I have no issues with that.
That's
Very
good.
good. Yes. Alma, yes.
Yeah, well, answering first about the what you were talking. Yeah, I think our parents love us the way they receive love, right? But also, I know that, like Rafael said, you can break the patterns, and you can be, or you can make things better about love, right? Like you said, Rafael, you are more present with your kids, and more you try to be more affectionate. So I think, like you said, Clau, yeah, we have to understand our parents because they love us the way they learn and they could, right? But we have the possibility to relearn how to love, and yeah, make things better. So yeah, I think that you can understand, but that doesn't mean you can be better or you can learn how to love another people. So that's the importance of love, right? So can know how to love better other people, right? And asking, what was the question, teacher? I forgot it. Something about the The parent?
Yes, and I was talking about, well, the question was, if you think that if your parents were more loving or had better ways to express their love in the way you feel the need to get that those expressions, if it would be better or if you are okay with that.
Well, my mom was is a loving person, but I know that she's a very insecure person. So sometimes she is very demanding of love. So I know because she didn't receive love from her parents, my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather was always working; he wasn't at home, and my grandmother was a little rude with my mom. So my mom grew up with many insecurities and with many yeah insecurities. That's the word. So she tried to break the pattern, and she was a very loving person with my sister and with me. But she is a person that if we doesn't call her all the days, she thinks that we don't love her anymore. So she's a loving person, but she demands love because she didn't receive from her parents.
Yeah, in the end, I think that all of us are a collection of psychological scars that we try to survive every day the best way we can. Now, well, I was going to give you an activity, but I think, bueno, se los digo en español. ¿Quieren, bueno, hay dos opciones acá, que hagan una actividad en sesiones separadas, no tan relacionada con esto que estamos hablando, o puedo ponerles una escena de una película que creo que va bastante de la mano con este tema. Vamos a hacerlo rápido. ¿Quién prefiere la actividad? Levante la mano, ¿quién prefiere la actividad en sesiones separadas?
No one.
¿Quién prefiere la actividad con la película? Levanten la mano. Bueno, ya, ¿verdad? Ya entendí, ya entendí. Va. Well, this is a movie that I think that ya pueden bajar la mano, no se preocupen. I think this movie is a very good example of this topic. And at least for me personally, when I got a chance to watch this movie, it hit me real hard in a very deep place. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can discuss. It's probably you have seen this movie. It's called Fences. Hay un micrófono abierto, ¿lo pueden cerrar, por favor? No les voy a poner la escena completa porque no... Bueno, les voy a poner un poquito antes, pero pongan atención en el 2:35.
Go buy a TV.
I'd buy a TV. And when the roof started to leak, if it needed fixing, I'd fix it.
Where you gonna get your money from? You done spend it on TV. You gonna sit up in there and let that water run all over your brand new TV?
No, Papa, you got the money. I know you do.
Where I got it at, huh?
In the bank.
You wanna see my bank book? You wanna see that $73.22 I got sitting up in there?
You don't have to pay for it all at one time. You can put a down payment on it and carry it on with you.
Not me. I ain't gonna nobody nothing if I can help it. Miss a payment, they come and snatch it right out your house, then what you got? Huh? See? Now, when I get $200 clear, I'll buy me a TV. Right now, when I get $264, I'm gonna get that roof fixed.
Oh, Pop,
Now, you go and get you 200 and buy you a TV if you want to. I got better things to do with my money.
I can't get $200. I ain't never seen $200.
All right, I'll tell you what. You get $100, I'll put the other 100 with it.
All right, I'm gonna show you.
Now, you're gonna show me how you can cut these boards right now. There you go. That's $200 worth.
Can I ask you a question?
Hell, you got to ask me. Mr. Stawicki, the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A&P.
Okay, it's up to you. Comment.
What's AMP?
Es una tienda que sale en la película. El nombre de una tienda. Bien, los escucho.
I talk too much, so perhaps somebody else.
Yeah, you can talk. Maybe we can keep short participations so all can talk. But go ahead, Amancio, of course.
Yeah, I already saw that scene, and I believe actually perhaps some people could not be agree how to express of the character of Denzel Washington in that movie. Um, he says is true. Perhaps not the way the way he expresses is the way he received from his father. But actually, it's true. It's a very clear expression of what they want to do and what they need to do and why they must to do. So it's very different kind of why I do things for you.
Very good. Yes, I agree with that. It's a tough love, but love nevertheless. Who else? Alma?
Yeah, like Amancio said, yeah, it's a way of demonstrating love, and also we can um think because yeah, it's your responsibility, but it's a choice because many parents abandon their kids, so it's not just responsibility, it's that you're choosing to take care of your family. Because how many cases are that parents abandon their children, and they are mean with the children, and they didn't take care of them. So yeah, it's not just responsibility, it's a choice of loving a person and taking care of them.
No matter what, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Jesus?
Teacher, because in a movie it's a roast for for and a man is a roast where only oh no.
Yes, I think so too. Very good. David, can you read your opinion? That would be great.
Family first and the money and stupid things that get in your way is what I understand, and I think is the most important thing for me first is my mother and my little dog is what I understand. Sí, sí, nada más era eso.
Very good, David. Very good.
Ah, sí, y la pregunta, sí era eso,
Sí,
lo de la peli, ¿verdad? Ah, va. Ok.
no te preocupes. Bien. Anyone else? Claudia, Montserrat.
Um,
Eh,
for me, that
Claudia
is
primero. Va.
for me that scene broke my heart because it's not enough only provide. I know, but maybe it's the way he learned to express love. And my mom always said me, anybody gives anything that they didn't have, right? So if they don't they don't receive it, they didn't have the possibility to give it. So I don't know, life is life and shit happens.
That's the best way of putting it. Yeah, every time someone tells me, "Oh no, you are doing this and you have this behavior," and I don't know things that we do that we learn from our parents, I have this idea. Maybe we in general, we wouldn't be so harsh in our judgment to other people if we know where they came from, what they learn. I think that's precisely the point you are giving, Claudia, and I think it's an excellent observation. Very good. Montserrat?
Mm, Well, I think it's about our perception. Mm, It's not just the father, it's about the son too, because he's asking for something, mm, and maybe it's not necessary. He has that needed, esa necesidad, pero but the father doesn't feel the same, and he's expressing he express what he thinks about the same thing, and he's just answered the question, because maybe it's too obvious for him but not for the kid. mm, he is expressing his love about all that things he do for the son since he born, and it's a lot of things, a lot of work, a lot of money, but the motor of all of that is love.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I think this is a quite complicated, sorry, topic, but there has been a lot of good ideas. Yes, Claudia. Yes.
But if the child asked him, was because was important for him hear it. So as a father, you need to empathize with your child and uh, detect when your child asks you expression of love. Even you think different and you think it's hilarious or ridiculous. ¿Se dice ridículo?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's correct.
but your child need it, and it's also your responsibility provide that need, right? And it's the role of the parenthood. I don't know, it's my point of view, but what's a mean position, I think, respond that way to the child.
I agree with that too, because obviously we have to take into consideration that the time this movie is set in, it's not a contemporary situation. It's old. I believe it's around the 60s or 70s, maybe. 60s is more accurate. And I think that the topic is quite different these days, right? Very good. Anyone else?
No se oye el micrófono, profe.
No, I was asking you about your opinion. I was just waiting for some of you to talk.
For me, it's a tough topic, but at the end, Denzel Washington could have said that he was doing it out of love, not necessarily because it was his responsibility. It's a great scene, but I think they could have changed it a little bit, in my opinion. But it was a great scene.
Yes, I believe that so. But the thing here is that probably that we can agree on he could be a little bit more caring about the message. It's like when kids say to the parents, "I didn't ask to be born." It's like, okay, that's your best argument. I think that the answer could be harsh, but at the same thing, I think he is preparing his son to these real situations, to what's really life, right?
Well, blacks had it really tough back in the days, so I can probably relate to that more than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. We have to talk also about social context. This is not separated from reality, and we have to be conscious about that. It's not the same thing to have a lot of money and have a caring home that having a lot of difficulties growing up because there's not enough money, right? ¿Alguien más para terminar?
Yeah, I think that when you're young, when you're a child, maybe you take so much importance to little things, or the things that you don't have, that the things that you really have, like your food, your house, your other things, no? And maybe when you grow up, you remember your parents or someone, and you say, oh, that's the reason why he don't give me more time, or he don't give me more affect, you know. You realize that.
Yeah, exactly. David, lee tu opinión, por favor.
In my opinion, the first thing I do is to be grateful for one more day because I don't know when I will live or when a member of my family will live. That what I do, we can't live always the thing that we will live with something material.
Very good. Excellent. Anyone else? Or we can call it a day. Muy bien. Bien, si ya no hay más opiniones, creo que vamos a dejarlo hasta acá. Estuvo bastante bien, ya no hicimos la actividad separada, pero creo que estuvo bien, estuvo bastante bien, hubo bastantes opiniones. Eso me agrada. Ustedes hablaron mucho más que yo, eso me agrada más todavía. Em, para la siguiente
They
clase,
were all attacking me.
no one attacked you. No, I think that your opinion, Rafael, made all the um, the center of this topic, and I think it was amazing. So we can have a real conversation about this.
Happy to help.
Oh, thank you. It was very good. Now, bueno, perdón, esto se lo digo en español. Para la siguiente clase, esto va para los nuevos. Recuerden, ahora sí vamos a trabajar con el libro. Creo que el ejercicio que hicimos hoy con el libro de Alma estuvo bastante bien. Esto nos llevó a una discusión
¿Cuál
bastante
libro?
compleja. Tienen que buscar un libro en PDF que esté en inglés, no importa de qué sea, siempre y cuando sea PDF y esté en inglés, porque necesito que puedan compartir su pantalla, ¿va? Puede ser el tema que sea, no tengo ningún problema con eso, ¿va?
El peor está en español, ya me lo dije.
Sí. Y solo para terminar, para los que están trabajando ahorita en tener más vocabulario o de repente pueden batallar con eso, les voy a recomendar estas tres herramientas. Las dos primeras, perdón, son aplicaciones. Reverso, Context es bastante buena. Grammarly, que creo que de las tres es la mejor, porque les va a dar ejemplos acerca de la palabra que están buscando. Y forbo.com es una página, es bastante útil también. Entonces, para los que estén con ese trabajo ahorita, esto les puede servir bastante, ¿va? Bien, vamos a dejarlo hasta acá y nos vemos el martes. Que tengan excelente fin de semana.
Good night, everybody.
Hasta luego.
Chao, bye.
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 Buenas noches, gracias.
My teacher. Teacher. Do that. Bye.